Hello folks, is it too late to start CAT preparation? Fine, so very interesting question. Fine. To start with, I'm probably the not the best guy to start with. I'm an Indian entrepreneur, so one base level delusion and optimism is built in, and I'm never going to say it's too late to start something. Fine. So if you ask me, is it too late to prepare for CAT? I'll be like, no, let's wait another week and then we'll start. And so the textbook answer is definitely not. Definitely not. You have 100 days. You have enough time to ramp up. Now we have 135 days. There's lots of time to prepare without being rushed into it. And you can prepare from first principles, understand ideas quite beautifully, take a bunch of mocks, do a lot of practice to amp up your speed, and be super geared to go for the very highest percentiles. Right? So now that's the theme. The short answer is yes, there is enough time. If you're going to do that, how you should you plan your preparation? Like we keep saying, there are 3 tracks for preparation: learning, speed building, mocks. Right? Someone who starts in January will learn, then look to build speed, then attack mocks. Somebody who starts now has to learn, build speed, do mocks parallelly. You absolutely do not have the luxury of saying, I'll start preparing on July 15th, till September 15th I'll learn all the fundas, and for a month I'll build practice and improve my speed, and from October 30th I'll start writing mocks. Simply doesn't work. Once you start taking mocks, you'll feel like, oh, it's a whole different thing. I've forgotten everything from profit and loss. And so you have to go back and revisit, and it puts pressure if you keep pushing away mocks. All 3 tracks have to run parallelly. Bunch of things to keep in mind. Very often when people start late or towards the last bit, they tend to scramble and be in hustle mode throughout. It is not that late yet. When you're learning, learn from first principle. If you're learning inequalities, learn inequalities. Don't jump into all relevant inequalities questions for CAT. Learn fundas, learn the idea clearly, then think about how is this relevant for CAT. Don't get into the gimmick mode. I'll learn these 5 shortcuts, those 3 formula, these 3 templates of question, go into CAT. CAT has not followed templates for years. So all this will just go waste. Sometimes when you don't have the confidence to go from scratch, we feel like you don't have time. How will I start from linear equation, quadratic equation, then go to inequalities? I say modulus ka 2 dekh leta hu. Doesn't work. So you have time to build from scratch. More importantly, not starting from scratch is pointless. CAT questions these days are super challenging. There's practically no question that just runs off a template. Right? Can anyone prepare from CAT starting from now? Probably not. And you need to have a certain basic grounding in English and mathematics. What do I mean by that? You should know how to frame equations and solve them. You should know like some broad ideas of what you learnt in geometry. You should know that sum of 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. For 1 second I thought I was saying something wrong. 180 degrees. You should know what a chord is, what circle is, for sure. You should know quadratic equation has 2 roots. You should know the frameworks in mathematics. With picking up the language, building the confidence, and then going up to CAT level is a challenge, so it can get intimidated. And in English, if you're reading passages by going word by word and then aggregating it, then you probably don't have enough time to build reading muscle, to get the comfort level for CAT level passages and have an honest go with it. Basic comfort with reading, basic comfort with basic math is a prerequisite for CAT preparation. But pretty much anyone, definitely for someone starting now. Say, look, I don't know anything. I have lost touch with mathematics completely. I barely can do 7 into 8 and I've not been reading for 6 years. You can still prepare for CAT, then this timeline doesn't work for you. Right? So, but if your basic levels are met, then you're in for it, then you have a shot. 135 days, you need 400 hours, you're thinking about give or take 3 hours per day. You can extract it, it's a big straight sprint. And you can't pause, you can't take stock, you cannot say I'll watch Euro finals or 2-4 movies bhi aaye, wo bhi dekh leta hu. None of that. So you're going to sacrifice pretty much everything from the get-go and do tons of mocks. Be ready, definitely. It is super possible. It's going to be a lovely challenge. You should still learn from scratch. You should still look to have fun in learning new ideas. You take that off, it becomes a stressful exercise. Learning something new, it should put a smile on your face. If it doesn't, then it won't stay in your head long enough for it to be meaningful for CAT. CAT doesn't run off a template. CAT does not, you cannot say I'll memorize these 5 formulae, plug them in, clear this exam. Those 5 formulae will not be relevant. So keep that in mind. Learn from scratch even though you feel like, look, you're starting late. Final thoughts. lots of people tell themselves that I'm going to write CAT 2024 ICE, but my real thing is CAT 2025. And so that's absurd. If you're eligible for 2024 CAT, write 2024 CAT. If you're thinking that you may have one more shot in you, keep that thought process slightly aside. Throw everything into CAT 2024, including mocks. Finish that experience, the whole hog. Take a break, restart in January for 2025 if 24 doesn't fall. If you create a kind of a buffer layer on day one where you feel like, I'm generally writing it ऐसे ही ठीक है, my real thing is only next year, my real thing is only next year, then you're not going to jump in and do tons of things. This experience dry run is useless because you can't tell yourself you threw everything, you can't tell yourself I've tried 5 mocks. You're just putting one tick in the name of experience. That's not relevant for 2025 either. So you won't do justice to 24, you won't do justice to 25 prep, where you're saying CAT 2024 is practice. It won't be practice. Forget about 2025, throw everything into this, scramble, do all kinds of things, and then take stock, and then start from scratch for 2025. There is enough time to prepare for CAT 2025 starting in December or January. The best way to prepare for CAT 2025 is to take CAT 2024 seriously, under the assumption that CAT 2024 is your real CAT. Keep that in mind. Those of you who are not eligible for CAT 2024, please do not write CAT 2024. Don't do this. आपके बार eligible नहीं है फिर भी practice कर लेते हैं. They take your fingerprinting, your iris thing, everything. For 2 lakh people, these IIMs verify nothing. They cannot verify things for 2.8 lakh people. No chance. For the 1,500 people they call for shortlist, they verify nothing. For the 400 people to whom they give admits for, they'll verify everything. I've had students get expelled from college after a full year because something from their admission criteria was little amiss. Somebody finds it, somebody raises a red flag, they do an investigation, they verify, they find out one number was fudged, they say goodbye. So if you're not eligible, my suggestion very clearly would be to say, look, I'm not eligible to write this year, I won't write this year. Fine. So have fun, prepare with super josh and with lots of one sense of joy about it. You're learning something new. Throw your lot in there, let the cards fall where they fall. Fine. Best wishes again.